Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here, back with another guide for Death Stranding. This time I'm going to show you how to get any prepper to go past their first or second star when they are stuck at that point. There are several preppers in the game, such as the Novelist's Son, or the Veteran Porter, or the First Prepper, to name a few, that once you find them and deliver either a piece of lost cargo or fulfill their first order for them, they will not budge past their first star no matter how many times you make deliveries to them. But if you follow this very specific sequence of events, you can make them join the UCA and actually keep growing their star rating all the way to 5. It does take a while. It's a very long and arduous process, but I think what the lore explanation is that when you reach Mountain Knot City, Die Hardman tells you that there are people who move to this region, even though there are preppers outside of this region that will do this to you, but there are preppers who move to this region before the expedition. So they moved here on their own, and they do not believe in the UCA. So it's going to take a lot of convincing to make them join. So that means that you have to spend a lot of time with them and away from them in order to get them to join. So we're going to take this step by step, and then once you do this, I guarantee you it will allow them to join the UCA, and you can keep progressing their star rating more and more. For this guide, I'm going to assume that you are starting from complete scratch. You have just found a prepper station. They will not come out to talk to you, and you don't know what to do. But if you're a little bit further ahead, then just keep watching, and eventually the guide will catch up to where you are. So the first thing you want to do is you either want to find a piece of lost cargo, which can generally be found near that porter station. However, I've had terrible luck with this, and I was never able to do this, except in one case for the Novelist's Son. Other than him, I could never find lost cargo for people that I needed it for. Alternatively, you can go to that prepper station, and there is a chance that they will have a retrieval order for you. What this means is that they may have had cargo that got stolen by mules or terrorists, and then you have to infiltrate their camp, get the cargo, and bring it back to the prepper. Either way, what you need to do is you need to bring some cargo to this prepper in order to get them to show up in a hologram and talk to you. This will be your first interaction, and it will likely push the star rating just below 1 star, or possibly below 2 stars, depending on how big the order was. Next, you want to leave and then rest in a private room. It has to be a private room. It could be a safe house. It doesn't necessarily have to be a city or a distribution center. It just has to be a private room. Resting at a prepper station in their bunker will not work. You have to be in a private room. Once you're in a private room, you'll get an email from the prepper in question. There is a chance that you will get this email beforehand. It does not matter when you get it, but you have to rest in a private room. Resting in a private room gives that porter, I'm making this up, but think of it like this. It gives that porter time to think about the UCA and to think about bridges and to think about you and to write you a message, and you're starting to win them to your side. So that's sort of the lore explanation that I've come up with. Once you get that email, you want to then return to that prepper station and see if they either have a retrieval order for you. If they do, go ahead and complete that. Chances are this will not push the star rating up, but that's okay. If they do not have a retrieval order for you, you can either find some lost cargo, or you can take any outgoing orders that they have for you and go deliver them. This will give you a really good indication of what other preppers and what other way stations and cities will send you back with orders for this stubborn prepper. So you can go ahead and do that. Your main objective here is to get a new order to bring to the stubborn prepper. In our case, we're using the first prepper, that's his name, as an example, but this will work with pretty much any of them. So basically, rest, read an email, get a new order, bring them the cargo. Once you do that, like I said, chances are the star rating will not increase, but that's okay. You want to just keep repeating this process over and over and over, one mission at a time. At this point, you do not want to group up missions. I know that's very counterintuitive, especially if you're trying to get 5 stars on all preppers. You want to do one order at a time. Of course, do the ones that are closest to the prepper or easiest to complete, but you do not want to group up orders. It is pointless to do that until they join the UCA. So just keep getting an order, bringing it to them, leave the station, rest in a private room, get a new email, and then rinse and repeat. Eventually, you will get an email from that prepper about joining the UCA. Most of the stubborn preppers in the game, when they send you their final email about joining the UCA, it's very obvious that that's what they're talking about. It'll either mention the UCA in the subject or the body. They will say, see me next time and I'll join. Like, it's very, very obvious. However, some of them, such as the novelist's son, will never mention the UCA in their emails. And you just have to guess which one is the right one. And eventually, by repeating this process, they'll join the UCA. So, once they have joined the UCA, that's it. You no longer need to keep resting and waiting for emails. You can just start making deliveries like normal. And eventually they'll reach 5 stars and you'll get your leg star for your pants and you're done. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you have any requests for more guides for Death Stranding, please let me know in the comments. I'm happy to create guides for other stuff. I've played this game now, as of this recording, for 81 hours. I've done pretty much everything up until the end of this region. Now I'm making my way towards Edge Knot City, so if you need help with something at this stage in the game, or maybe even later, let me know. Happy to make a guide on it. If you like this video and you'd like to see more like it, please subscribe to the channel so you can get alerted when new videos go live. If you like this content a whole lot, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the blue join button below this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and on Twitch. And as always, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Sam. Let's do this again, huh?